In Cape Town, they don't pay artists.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
It's a big
They don't pay.
They don't pay.
Yeah, it's more about we promoting you.
Yeah, but
type of thing.
Exposure doesn't
pay your bills.
And it's disrespectful. You don't go to a doctor's office. You don't go to a plastic surgeon, get a pair of tits, and then leave going, I'll post about it.
Yeah.
You know what? Poverty is actually a mindset.
Yeah.
It's not a thing of not having money. Your mindset, poverty comes from making poor decisions. It's not a capitalistic thing. That's very true. But okay, the schooling system is designed to create working class.
Yeah.
I've noticed schools that you have to pay 50,000 Rand a year for who teach your kids about economics and all of those stuff. When our schooling system is created for a way to filter out so that they can drop out and become gangsters, become pregnant early. You know what I mean? And then if you do pass and you go study, you will know you're going to drop out because...
Like, I'd have to change my accent so that I wouldn't sound colored so that I could get tips.
Basically.
And bro, I did it to make my money. I had to be okay with myself before I could step into this industry. I had to go into it not just going, I know what I know. I went to it going, I want to make a difference. I want to have purpose. I want to have value both to myself and to the industry. I don't want to sit behind a computer all day, so I'm going to invest in myself and then invest in the industry. But you're sitting with artists and creatives that are doing it the other way around. I want the fame, I want the money, but what happened to, I want my music to be heard because I love what I do.
I'm willing to invest in myself.
And that's the thing. I'm willing
that's
to
the
give
biggest
back.
important thing.
I'm willing to wake up in the morning at 7 o'clock and go for a half-hour jog. I'm willing to eat right because my body needs sustenance in order for me to write for 3-day studio sessions where we don't sleep much. It's you as an artist going, I have this ability that was granted to me, this talent that was granted to me. Yes, I have a team, I have my manager and I have my video, but what are you doing for yourself as that creative to ensure that your product is always pure and well received? Because what you put in is how you're going to be received.
Can I just add in that very, very, very important point that you just pointed out of investing in yourself? That is something that people don't understand. It's not just artists, but just in general, in succeed. Because right now, what we're having, I don't want to blame social media because it get blamed for everything. So, like for example, right, we have this artist, right? He as you say, 10,000 followers or whatever. All he does is shoot a typical music video, probably on a phone or something. Sends out the link to his friends, hoping this is the song that is going to blow. That is not investing yourself. So what happens is that we also there's a lot of people who do this. So when you tell them, yo bro, like get something, make money, you understand? Go work, go put in that hard work, you know. People realize that they're an artist and waiting for that special song with other
it's going to be magical. It's just going to happen
with other 3 billion people who are doing the same songs, same thing, and they expect praying there, hopefully that's the one. Bro, for you to succeed right now, sometime, and I'll say this, it's not about the talent. Talent doesn't work anymore. It will help. It will work. Another thing is very important thing is connection. Another thing is that you have to have money. If you don't have money, you have to have the connection.
You can't
either the two. You can't miss. There we go.
Having money.
There we go.
I guess
going back, I'm not done. Sorry, bro. Going back to the thing is that I tell like, bro, find a job, find something, bro. No, I can't work. I'm an artist. People can't see me because they know me. I'm a rapper. I can't go work. I'm like, bro, go work your 9 to 5. Use that money, put it back, get your studio. You're spending 250 that you don't have, or 300 depending what studio you go to that you don't have, putting in the studio, and then you sleep hungry, praying is that. But if you can work a 9 to 5, let people laugh, let people do whatever. Like I said, Drake used to work in a flipping shop. What makes him different to you? You understand? Get your money, take that money, invest it well, marketing properly. Don't just send out links, you know. Send it to radio. Get a PR if you can. Even the PR, just 1,000 Rand, even just a small campaign, 1,000 Rand. Get you a proper studio time. Get you a proper video, and then you can say what. Now you can say you're ready to blow. You understand?
Like,
and you know, I'm doing something.
Because you're
but
actually doing
because I know you talked about plan A and plan B, but because end of the day, no, we all have dreams. We all wanted to be something, but there's a point in your life you realize, you know what, this thing is not working. Let's be honest with each other. It's not working. But at least I know I don't have to sleep hungry. I know I can afford to rent out somewhere. Do you understand? I understand. Yes, you know.
Like for me, like I wouldn't necessarily say things don't work.
Yeah.
I think it's the mentality
around it. Yes.
And, and for me, like this year, I told myself that I am gonna trigger different neurons in my mind. You know, because I have old neurons here that was part of failure, that was susceptible to failure. If I used to fire something new with that same neurons, just because in my mind pattern it already failed, when I get the result, it's gonna fail. So when you fire something different, and be like, yo, I'm about to do this in a different manner. You know, you
just
get,
put it lower,
you get total different outcomes. Do a thing. So your thing might not work this way. But there's so many ways around that. Which also adds to what I'm saying. Maybe getting some money in your pocket might do this and that for you. Maybe getting the proper relationships might do this and that for you. But at the end of the day, if you coming in there doing the exact same thing, expecting a different
insanity.
Like that.
Insanity from Einstein. And that's the same point that you guys, first time you guys approached this as in an artist point of view. Do you understand? But once you guys saw the bigger picture, you didn't want to be the artist. You guys wanted to be from the business point of view. You want to be in a manager. So there's a different approach that you guys took. You understand? You changed that early into something else similar, but into
I'm gonna apply it quickly to just like general life outside of the music career. I literally landed up in a point a couple of months ago where I was like, I genuinely feel like I'm repeating the same things over and over. I understand. Remember we said the goal remains the same.
That's the point.
My goal is still the same. I've added a few things, but I sat there and I went, you know what, I'm quitting my job. Quit my job. You know what, I'm actually changing the way that I live my life. And I'm just gonna like put it out in the universe. I want something else. Boom, a job in property. Great. Now I'm earning more money. So now I'm able to sit there and adjust my goal and go, you know what, Mekaylor, we can actually expand a little. We can actually expand a little because you took a risk that was different, and it equipped you to now, like my mom said it this morning, she said, now you're not capable, you're able. True. Now you're able to do more because you did something that changed the narrative of how you're living.
Sacrifice.
They had made space for just like more to come in, and the more we understand that like change your routine.
Change is good.
Something's not working.
It's good.
Change the neurons.
Basically change your pattern.
Yeah, because your different approach of thinking shapes your reality different. So change the way that you think about something. If you see the glass half empty, you're gonna be like, I'm running out of shit. But for optimistic, it will be like, that glass is almost there. I just need to add like maybe 2 more pours and I'll be there. You know what I mean? And someone will be like, why you giving me this? That someone will be like, oh, this is actually a good start. You know what I mean? So our frame of mind is very important. And I always tell people, I can see how you're living without you having to tell me.
Facts.
And a lot of people will be like, why would you say that? Because what's in your mind is your reality. You are a druggie because you think about drugs all the time. You are a thief because you think about stealing. You are in poverty because you focus on your problems. And that's exactly what happens. So this year, in between year, in your head or whatever, is the most important thing for everything. We went from closing X amount of money to 95,000 times more that same amount. Just because we saw what it was, saw the opportunity. I thought like, this is where we're going. The bigger picture is the most important thing. You might have a goal, right? You might have all of those stuff in mind. But if you're not willing to take every single brick that you like, you come from a journey, right? You might have to go fetch from that bricks there to put in front here, because what you've learned there might apply now. And people want to be like, oh no, bro, your L's is there to help you. Mistakes shape something. When you were a child and you didn't walk and you didn't take, and now you're falling, but you're getting up again, and now the next thing you're running. That's exactly how life works. If you didn't decide that I'm going to walk now, and I'm going to start running now. You're up there. Imagine we're still crawling as big as we are now. Not being able to speak, we're still sucking tetras and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's literally our evolution of everything. Your mind is your evolution of your life. So the more you focus on something, the more that becomes a reality.
And another thing that I think that change and sacrifice goes hand to hand. When someone hears someone says, I'm sacrificing, they think it's a big thing. They think like you're killing someone, sacrifice, or you're selling this and that. You just doing a change is already a sacrifice. Because when you change, because when you're changing, right, is you moving from a comfortable space or state of mind into something uncomfortable. So that's already a sacrifice. Do you understand what I'm saying?
You sacrifice your comfort zone.
Exactly. That's a sacrifice. So it goes hand to hand.
But it's an interesting thing though, in terms of, it's one of those situations where either one, you've done the change, right? So you then can, speak about it. And then two, where it's someone where you can tell them, which is easier said than done.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these things you mentioned is easier said than done. It does require, because going back to what you said, Banks, patterns, right? And our backgrounds. At what point then in your life, let's say you spend 17, 18 years, you're in this pattern, of certain things. Like the poverty mindset, that's a dangerous one, right? We've all been through it.
We still know people that's poor up until the day, and you'll be like, damn.
Exactly. Like you ask, the biggest one is you buy a camera. I'll use my example. You buy a camera because you want to start doing something, right? But then someone will look at you and be like, you're an idiot for spending that money on a camera.
Yeah, why couldn't you buy a phone or something? Use your phone.
Buy a phone. Why waste on that? Like, you can buy other things with it. But those things will diminish with time. Quicker,
Okay.
But then that, once again, what I'm trying to say is that it's easier said than done because of that conditioning you two have had, to actually make that decision to be like, look, I'm actually not going to do that. I'm actually going to invest in myself and make this decision.
That's my favorite line to use after giving anybody advice, guidance, I know it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
I know that. But anything worth doing is fucking hard.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, the actual truth is that Biggie didn't need conditioning. We didn't need anybody to teach us nothing. It's me getting fed up with how I'm living. It's me getting fed up with looking at my family and watching how they're living, thinking that it's an awakening.
Yes.
Are you ready to wake up and change your life? If you're not, I'm not about to stay on your plate while I'm trying to fill my own. Like something as simple as I have a lot of siblings, a lot of brothers and sisters. And I was talking to a friend of mine one day saying I have a 16-year-old sister, 17-year-old sister. Most nerve-wracking thing at this time of where the world is at. And I was just, I was venting to him as a big sister and saying I'm not present and I'm just really worried. And he said, it's her life. And I stepped back and it changed my entire perspective. Because that's exactly what it is. It's your life, bro. If I'm going to waste all of my energy trying to tell you how to live your life without you being awake, that turns guidance into a whole lot of shit talk that's bouncing off
and resentment too.
You know what I mean? And it drains you. And now I start not liking you because I'm drained every time I have an encounter because I'm trying to change somebody who doesn't see.
It also brings about, even to extent, in a bad way of self-righteousness. You come off as being self-righteous.
Exactly.
Definitely. That's why for me, bro,
choose your battles.
I don't give advice. If people ask for it, I would say something. But I wouldn't give too much because then because for me, as much as I am in a good position in my life, I'm not ultimately where I want to be, but I know I'm getting there. And I believe that I can really only give someone sound advice on doing that thing once you've done at my goal, because now I'm like, you know what, at this there was different stages that I had to go through. Because you do go through the stage where you feel like nothing is happening. And then you do go through the stage where it feels like everyone's turning against you. Then you go through the next stage of time. And then you want to give up. And then you go through the stage of having to motivate yourself by being in spaces that reminds you of why you did what you needed to do. And that's what came back down to me. I think a lot of the stuff happened in my life in this year especially because I might have forgotten what the overall goal was. And the overall goal was never about me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for me to be in a space where I was driven to a space where it was like everything around me seemed like it's for personal gain. I was at a point where I was like surrounded by the people that I always wanted to be surrounded by.
Yeah.
And I wasn't
But it
even
didn't feel
happy.
the same. Yeah.
I was like, fuck, this feels so wrong. Because I'm here now, but what's with the emptiness? You know? And then I realized like it's empty because I generally come with 50 other people. And why is those 50 other people not here? When those 50 other people are helped build everything to get to this point. You know what I mean? So that's really, we really have to reflect on what we have. And once you show gratitude, you start to remember all of the stuff that you went through with certain people, and you're like, I'm actually grateful that I have that.
I mean, I was going to raise the point, like even from the whole conversation. I mean, you guys consider yourself privileged even to have that type of mindset?
Bro, I am privileged for the people that I have around. First and foremost, I'm privileged that I'm high. Because I come from a place, imagine my friends that I grew up with.
Yeah.
My friends, all of them are
Jail or dead, yeah.
or dead, you know, or on the run,
Yeah.
or they in gangsterism and stuff right now. I had a kid, and then having a girlfriend in a total different space. At the time, it might have been weird as fuck. Like, why do I have this now? But Kanye was keeping me away from what is presently happening with my childhood friends.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking at it, I was like, I would have never had all of these opportunities. I would have never, if I didn't have my son, I would have never, I honestly believe I would have never met none of y'all. Because I would have never pursued that in that manner. So I was going in a total different path. I was handed stuff to me. I come from I'm not even going to say that I was underprivileged.
Yeah.
My grandma was a hustler. Right? I was counting hundreds of thousands of rand. I was a bookie at like 4 or 5 years old. My pocket money was like 4K a month at like, 4K a weekend at like 6, 7, 8 years old.
Yeah.
I was getting people's salaries. Sitting around all of these people. My grandma had hoes. She supplied drugs and stuff.
Yeah.
She had a shebeen. She would beat the shit out of men. And I've seen powerful women, but my grandma was like Kazal Blanco type vibes. You know what I mean? And then my dad didn't work and my mom worked. So all of the people that I've seen, like, this woman are fucking strong. And they're doing the things. And then for me, it's like, fam, you can have all of the stuff. If you don't have the human nature, the basic thing, you can't prosper. Because when you don't have people, that means that you've caused so much sorrow. You know what I mean? And when you cause sorrow to people, nothing of you can grow. Because every step that you take forward, karma comes back around and be like, remember when you did this to that person? Now you're getting knocked. And now you're like, and when you still down there, then karma
Another one.
Kick up or up, karma's my pocket on itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're like,
where's all this coming from?
Exactly, but you're forgetting that you have a long list of people that went back home and felt like you robbed them from certain things. You know what I mean? And that, bro, that also predetermines a lot of why people are not successful. People use other people for their personal gains. And then once you're there, you realize now you have nothing, and now you can't even reach out back to all of those people. You know what I mean? And that kills a lot of innocence. And a lot of artists be like, I'm the dopest in the world. And then you get this beat from this producer, and now you're
all of a sudden,
and now you're not even giving that producer credit. Now that producer has to fight for the stuff when you came and you needed that person. You know, so people's agenda actually changes when they present it with something that's prosperous.
There's a reason why they say money is the root to all evil, bro.
Money is not. People are
the people.
People make everything evil.
Money is nothing.
Yeah.
A father can say that a father's not going to kill nobody. You know what I mean? They can lay a suitcase full of money.
It's true if you think about it in a.
It's what you're choosing to do with it.
You gave a piece of paper worth.
Because you see, because like you have some people they say money is the root of all evil, and other people say being broke is the root of all evil because there's no job. So end of the day, who are those people who are making it evil? Is people, as you say. End of the day,
I was just about to say now, going broke was the
I'm saying different people have different perspective. But end of the day, who are giving this perspective? It's people. So it's the people that's making all this stuff evil.
Because I was broke, I met y'all. If I wasn't broke that time, I would have never been thinking the way I was thinking. I was never thinking about opportunities. And everything started changing when I was taking care of a need instead of what I personally wanted.
Yeah.
So when I started doing stuff that other people needed doing, then it was like, oh shit, now they're starting to include you in all of that stuff. Because, bro, I really needed this at that time. You know, and you didn't even know that your journey somehow helped someone in certain spaces with what they needed. So at the end of the day, it's more like you saying, what do you say? Hand to hand, not hand in hand. So hand to hand. Yeah, like we're passing it on. So we're passing on, bro, our energy to help other people and help motivate people, bro. And
do you know what that's actually called on a spiritual level? It's called exchange.
yeah,
Exchanging of energy.
You're exchanging not only physicalities, but you're exchanging a need for a need.
Yeah.
And all of it's subconscious. You're investing without it running you dry.
Yeah.
So you're giving into something that's
So
filling
basically,
your cup.
to summarize that, working with and not against.
You know, it's a healthy cycle.
Yeah, of course.
It's a healthy cycle of you can feel when you're in the right place with the right people.
fact.
Who are
Because
giving
everything
back.
goes right when you're in the
You
right
know what I
space.
mean?
No,
And
of
you
course.
don't go home tired. And I'm not talking about like we've been awake for 3 days, I'm
Yeah.
not tired. I'm talking about like
Emotionally drained.
I'm not drained
Yeah.
because the people around me are not trying to take what they can from me and then leave me out to dry once they've taken what they
Yeah,
can.
and that's a fucking good point.
I mean, even goes back with that envy turned into admiration. Yes, where it's, you know, it's like more like, cool, I want to do what you're doing. Like, teach me what you're doing.
Teach me.
Yeah,
you know?
and that's our thing. And also accountability, bro. Accountability is a very important thing. Accountability is as important as I would always say. In communication, comprehension is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Like, you can say what you want to. People can say, no, you need to communicate. But if that person can't comprehend what you're trying to say, that communication is pointless because they can't take in the process and then give back and be like, okay, I actually see. And that also boils down again, like I'm saying, to accountability. No one wants to take everyone wants to take responsibility when it's winning time.
Yeah, when it's winning.
When losses,
Everyone is there.
when there's losses, then people start pointing fingers. Like, you did that.
Yeah.
You and
Blame culture.
Yeah.
But when it goes good, it's I did all of that.
Yes.
It's
I-
all
oh,
me.
me.
Yeah.
I just want to
I'm the
ask you guys a
best.
question, and I hope you don't mind me
go
asking.
for it.
Like the people that you guys worked with, right? We all worked with people that, like right now, the reason why we're together is because we've been working good together. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Whether it's even though it's at minimum level or maximum level, but what stage you get when you're working with someone you were like I'm drawing a line. Please, I don't want you part of my life anymore. If I can start with you, Banks, going down.
I think like the moment someone starts to take
Like your experience, right? Like that you have worked with a certain person or whoever it is.
what I've learned is like the moment someone takes from my inner peace,
Okay.
the moment you start disrupting my spirit, because for a lot of people that don't know,
Yeah.
most of the negative feelings
Your
is
gut.
in your gut.
Yeah.
Right? And your gut literally, your gut has, that's why they say you are what you eat. So your gut has envy, jealousy, and all of that stuff in you.
Yogurt.
And the thing is this, bro. Have you ever noticed
also where your
when something?
intuition
Yeah.
is.
Have you ever noticed when something is horribly wrong, your stomach always
Can
feels
feel
like,
it.
you know what I mean? Because that's where it comes from. The moment I get that feeling, and the moment I dream about something, and it's an issue in my dream, then I know this is not the place for me to be because spiritually I'm disrupted.
Yeah.
This frequency is not on the frequency that I am.
Yeah.
And that is just God speaking
Speaking to
me
you,
and being
yeah.
like, fam, the sooner you get away from this, the better, because it's been a long battle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because as much as you might know inside
Yeah.
of you and you're like,
You just need,
you still want to give people a chance.
And that's why I ask you, like, when do you decide, like,
I draw the line when I feel like you spiritually spat me in my face.
that's a powerful
that's
word.
when I,
yeah.
that's when I draw the line. Because I would never do that to you. But the moment you do that to me, and then I'll be like, okay, that shows me that you have no respect for me. Once my spirit is disruptive, your energy is doing something to mine, and it shows me like you actually don't give a fuck because you will do and take and continue to claim whatever you want to based on me. And just because I'm the type of person that don't take credit, a lot of people wants to take credit for what I've done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's been, And I'm not going to change that.
Yeah,
because
that's
I'm
just
a
who
team
you
player
are.
at the end of the day. And there's no I in team. Fam.
Yes.
So I'm not going to be like, yo, I did this and I did that. Because at the end of the day, I wouldn't have been able to do none of that without the people that was around me.
Facts, yeah.
So if that people is not around me, I might be able to move, but it's not going to be at the same pace because there's multiple energy going towards that
same goal,
You know what I mean? Because it's going to take me longer. Imagine all of us in this room have one goal and all of us are working together to that. It will take us fucking weeks to get there. The one will take long, but the moment I do it myself, I have to now go meet 5 people. And all of them have to put out that energy. And continually try and keep that 5 people around. So imagine you don't have a relationship with those 5 people, how are you going to make it happen? So now you have to build a relationship, get them on your side, then preach the same thing again, then get them to actually see it how you see it, then all throw it there. Now it's going to take me 2-3 years when we could have just done that in a matter of 2 months.
Especially when the goals align, that's when that works.
Facts.
Everyone has to be on the same wavelength.
And life doesn't lie. If it feels wrong, it's wrong. Period. If it feels wrong,
it's wrong.
It's wrong.
And you, Mekaylor?
Look, like a lot of what Biggie said is insanely relatable and true. I think like I'm just not going to lie here and say that I completely draw the line at spiritual discomfort. Is it there? Yes. Is your intuition loudest 90% of the time? Yes. But I have an insanely bad habit of giving people an insane, unreasonable amount of benefit.
Of the doubt.
Like, where I would genuinely sit there and go, you know what, like,
it's gonna change.
If I said you were worth it, if I believed in my heart that you were worth the investment, there has to be I'm a problem solver too. So I tend to try and solve them, and I try to. So I don't motivate myself. I remain consistent, and then the product gives me motivation, right? So I try to remain consistent through that feeling, and I think like my line comes where I'm just a quick thing about me so that you understand where my line stems from is I don't need anything from anybody in order to feel whole. So I am whole. I am empowered. I am knowledgeable. I believe in myself. I believe in my capabilities. I believe in the journey that I've gone through in my life. I know what I've been through. I know where I've pulled my strength and my courage and my voice from. Something as simple as my voice. I never used to speak or have an opinion before. So like the moment I feel like I can't look at myself or conversate with myself, the moment I'm waking up and I'm feeling like, yo, like, should I be doing this? The moment you're making me question if I'm doing the right thing, then it's like, you know what, like, you're not meant to be here because I never have that problem. I've always been passionate. I am always passionate. I am always thinking of new things and putting myself in positions where I can network. The moment I feel like I don't want to go network, the moment I'm uninviting myself to something because I don't feel good about being there, then something's wrong because my passion has always driven me. So I think the moment somebody makes me question the placement of my passion or the worth of my passion, then it's like, you know what, now I've given you, and also you're running out of chances now. So it makes it easier to draw that line because, and 90% of the time I'm still going to feel like shit drawing that line.
Yeah, but it's for, at the end of the day, you have to keep your peace. And the best thing you can do, bro, is block people in real life. Not even like in social
But just
media,
like in real life.
Just like in real life.
No, of course.
Take that person out of your mind.
When
they see you, you're so kind to that person, they're like, I did this person so wrong.
This makes no sense.
They know they can't reach out to you. It's one of the things that I won't even say I thrive on, but for me, it's like, once you've cut your losses with me, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Until the end. But once you've lost me as a person, I'm gone forever, bro. There's no turning back on that. There's nothing you're going to say that's going to bring or do or anything like that. I might be 50 years old and we can be like, I'll forgive you. But you're not going to have any of
the same trust.
There's a saying that goes, I think that says God placed me in a place where they can see me but not reach me. And like reaching both, like not just on a physical interaction level, but like on a spiritual level, like you actually can't access me anymore. I've cut off your power and your access to me. And that's what actually makes like business beneficial. What I've learned is if I don't have a relationship with B, we're not gonna make magic. You know, like if we sit here and make, you know, this is what makes or provides you with platforms to be successful in certain avenues is when you're willing to be vulnerable, both emotionally, spiritually, whatever your preference may be. And the moment we cut that off, we now actually break the tie between each other, because we can have paperwork that ties us. It's the same like having employees. They all have contracts. Treat them like shit. You don't have actual workers anymore. You have people that come there, they do what they gotta do, and they fuck off home. And you know,
they're just there for their bag.
Exactly. Like, I'm so grateful for the place that I work at now, bro. We have motivational Mondays.
Fargo Mondays.
Bro, we come to work on a Monday morning. We go around the office and everybody has to acknowledge each other. So I go, yo, B, I just want to say thank you so much for last week Tuesday. You handled that shit like a champ, bro. I appreciate you. Everybody goes around our office saying who they acknowledge or appreciate for the week that has passed. Are you insane? I am so proud of what our generation is doing. My bosses are not even 40 yet. They have built a foundation of a very successful business, like an unreasonably successful business.
It's the real estate.
But they basically co-lease. It's called Manage Air. They co-lease. So you're an owner, you give your property to us, we put it on Airbnb, Booking.com, we do all the maintenance, we do everything. You sit back, you make your money. We've got I've got like 90 odd properties. Each person has we have about 400, 500 properties just in Cape Town, CBD area.
This is where we needed like a congratulation buzz on the show.
But like the point is that our generation is creating healthy work environments. We are using our emotional intelligence to empower each other. We are sitting there going, you know, not everybody's going to be motivated by money, bro. Some of us need to be told thank you. You know, and it's
not common. It's not common though, with our backgrounds.
As simple as thank you.
Sorry.
Goes a long way.
Bro, I'm that person. If you don't even have to physically say it to me.
So basically, acknowledgement is what you say.
I don't want credit. I'm just like how
acknowledge my work. Acknowledge what I've done. Like show me, like it's more like just you know.
In some way.
Show like some way. Some sort of appreciation.
Just a little way.
The limelight's not my thing. I will invest in people till I go blue in my face and my knees are bleeding. I will invest in people, bro. I swear, like people that I see that like, yo, you believe in you. So I'm going to believe in you too. I will work behind the scenes for the rest of my life, probably. And all you need to do is come to me and give me a hug and hug and say, "Sharp, bro. I see you. Thank you for that." Like every now and then, not every time it's done. You can come to my house with a flower you picked on the side of the road and be like, "Kayla, I was thinking about you, bro. Thank you so much for sealing that deal last week." That means something. We need to learn each other's language in order to cater for each other's mental and emotional needs. Otherwise, it's a
give and take.
Like, you know, like it's
parasite. It's just exciting.
There's too many parasites.
It's a leech.
It's all parasite leeching off.
Parasites.
But
they come in there, they cover your body.
Back on the podcast. He's running podcast.
Go.
But just before we call it quits, I'd just like to end it off with because we didn't tap into the whole
I think we need a part 2, eh?
We didn't. Because nothing was mentioned was
even
how you were managing your
real
artists
estate.
and all these things and your experiences with managing artists. I mean, if you can just give us a lowdown on that.
I'll give you a bit of a summary. Let me first start off by saying being a female manager is the hardest shit. Like, I love this industry, but as you can see at this table, it is insanely male dominated. And I have no problems with that. I grew up with my brothers, you know, I have no problem with men.
We invited a couple girls, but they couldn't make it. So
the problem is that I've sat in so many business meetings and, you know, presentations and just like even chilled meetings when we meet for a beer and we're going to talk about a few things and how I'm almost always seen as slightly incapable. Like, so that was my first milestone I had to push through.
I think you officially know what it's like to be black.
Yeah, probably.
No,
like,
definitely. Whenever you're black, you're incapable.
Yeah.
In any business sense, in any
facts,
meeting or anything, the moment you meet with someone, they see it's a black person and the people are a bit weary. They're like,
and they if you're my artist, right, and you're speaking to the same person, you say, "Yeah, bro," and you leave. And then we talk about the same topic and I'm spoken at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I would be spoken act, and I promise you there would be days I'd go home and I'm screwed. Like I'm crying, I'm like not even like weak bitch crying, like I'm crying trying to figure out like how have I invested so much time trying to equip myself. Like I went there with my laptop and flash drives and very prepared, like I know my shit, and I go there knowing I know my shit and leave there feeling like I have so much still to like build on. So that was my first milestone, just on a personal level, was like I had to understand that I needed to have constant endurance in order to handle, because I wasn't going to be able to change the mindsets of these men that were in
and that's not your responsibility.
You know, like I always
that's not something you should have been dealing with.
I always tell myself like, oh, when I make it, you're gonna leave it. And my artist even used to tell me, he used to be like, just keep going, bro. Do what you do, and then when you get there, they're gonna be sorry. And it wasn't about being sorry. Like again, it was always a personal thing for me. Like I just wanted to walk in a space and like not even be respected, bro, but just be treated
the exact same way.
You know, like nicely. Like
and I can see why feminism is very important, because I'm a feminist myself. Like if you come to our company, Twaha, you know, we always have 80% females. And then it's us that's working there, because I really believe in female in production. I believe in females in the ideas. And everything initially that I want to do, because you need to understand, first things first, as women, they pay attention to detail. And women don't play when it comes to having a certain task at hand. And females will generally keep you on your toes when it comes to like the working.
You need to make a podcast just like as a man, on that topic. And the reason I'm saying,
should actually watch one of the episodes on my podcast.
The Source podcast by Banks.
Promotion.
Promote everyone.
But yeah, that was one thing, and it started before I was even a manager, bro. I used to be like, so when I say I was multifaceted, I started with like on production. I used to do like makeup and hair, and I used to be one of the girls that go powder the people, and then from that I went into like.
I love how the tone changed. You see how the tone changed? But all girly there. Girly.
That was the shit that I did. Like I would go and like glitter everybody and oil the girls, and like I so badly wanted to be there, and like I was even treated like shit then. Like, Mekaylor, go do this, Mekaylor, and I was like, firstly, you're not paying me, and secondly, I'm not even a